Hi there, gorgeous, and a very happy, affordable April to you. If you've not heard, every video coming out this entire month has an affordable theme, or we'll be using drugstore makeup. So if you'd like to be notified of new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, all month long, please subscribe, and thank you if you do. Today I'm showing you a full face of my most favorite e.l.f. makeup. A lot of old stuff here. I'm not buying anything new right now. I know a lot of us are not. So we're gonna make the best of it. Use what we have and give us an opportunity to rediscover stuff that we probably haven't picked up in a long while. At least I know that's the case here for me. I have already gone ahead and applied my moisturizer. I used the e.l.f. Jellypop moisturizer. I love this stuff. I'm really sad you can't get it anymore because it's a fabulous moisturizer. I've also already applied an eyeshadow primer. It was not an e.l.f. primer because I'm not too fond of their eyeshadow primer personally, but I used the Milani one today in case you are curious. Also applying e.l.f.'s Poreless Face Primer. I love this one. It's been one that I have used off and on since I first discovered it many moons ago. I can't even tell you how long it's been, but I love it. For the eyes, I am going to combine up two eyeshadow palettes I discovered very recently. These are some of e.l.f.'s new bite-sized palettes, and these were my absolute favorites out of all of the palettes they came out with recently. And if you missed my full review on them, I'll have those videos linked for you below. I'm going to be using Truffles today, along with Cream and Sugar. I love the color selection within these palettes. And I'm really thinking I want to do a dark smoky eye. It's been a long time since I've done a really date night kind of look, and I want to go that route. The first shade I'll take is from the Cream and Sugar palette, and I'm using this dark brown. And I'm going to apply that all over the lid. I'm not going to carry this color too high. And you'll notice I'm using a rather fluffy brush to apply this, and that's because I don't want to pack it onto the lid. When you use a fluffier brush like this, it gives you a lighter application. Application doesn't need to be perfect. As you can see, mine really isn't here because we're going to add more color to it anyway. Next shade I'm taking is from the Truffles palette, and I'm using this lighter brown. Same brush here, and I'm going to apply this into the crease. And I'm taking this shade a little bit higher than the one I applied previously. And then I'm going back and blending this eyeshadow out, at least the harsh edges of it. I'm using my Wet n Wild Brulee eyeshadow. Then I am going to take a little bit of a smaller brush here. This is the AOA Studio E123 brush, just a regular flat paddle brush. And I'm using that black shade from the Truffles palette. Not taking much because that is a very highly pigmented eyeshadow. And the way I'm going to apply this is begin to dot it along the lash line. Using my Sigma E25, this one never fails me. I'm going to take a little bit more of that black eyeshadow, just a touch. And then I'm going to use that to blend any harsh edges up into the brown. So working on that blend. And then once I feel like I've gotten a really good blend going, like this is looking really good here, I'm going to go back with more of that brown that I used initially, which I think it was, I can't remember. Oops. I think it was the one from the Cream and Sugar palette. Okay, yeah, we'll just use that dark brown. And then I'm going to go over that black. And the reason I'm combining these two is that it keeps the look from getting too dark, too harsh. So it's not like a straight black eye, it's more of a brown black. And you can check your blending by tilting your head back like this and looking at your lids. I've talked about this before, so if it's a repeat for some people, I'm sorry. But this helps me to really see the areas that need to be blended a little further. And then if you feel like you need to, you can go back with some more of this lighter brown from the Truffles palette and apply that over the edges of the brown, so applying it back into the crease. And I'm also going to dust this over the black a little bit too, and that will help to blend everything together cohesively. So that looks really good up to this point. Now to finish this look off, what I'm going to do is take this really beautiful shimmer shade from the Cream and Sugar palette, and using Profusion Cosmetics flat shader eyeshadow brush. This is their ES5. It's just a very small paddle brush. I loaded up that brush with some of the eyeshadow and then I spritzed it with a setting spray, and I'm going to apply this wet directly on the center of the eye in a very concentrated way. And then once that's fully dry, you can go back with a fluffy brush again, lightly go over the edges, and blend it back into the look. I don't have an e.l.f. eyeliner to use for this next step, but what I am going to use is this one from LA Girl. It's the Ultimate Eye Auto Liner in the shade Deepest Brown. I am going to apply this onto the waterline. I'm also going to tight line the upper lash line. Moving on to the face to complete this look. I do have a little bit of fallout from the eyeshadow, as you can see there, but that's why I do my eyes first and my face last. So I'll clean that up with my concealer. I'm using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I love this stuff. Shade that I'm using here, by the way, is Light Peach, and you really don't need much of this. I mean, that's way too much. I could probably use that for both eyes, and I think that I just might. Okay. I love this one because the coverage is so beautiful. You wouldn't think for the price that you pay for this one that it would be as great as it is, but it's I love, 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 love it. The rest of the face, I'm using e.l.f.'s BB Cream. This is in the shade Fair. Love this one for how lightweight it is and how skin-like it is. It doesn't look like you're wearing anything after you've applied it. And you can see what I mean, how it blends in. It's one of the best BB creams I own. I absolutely love it. And then to set everything, I'm using this finishing powder from e.l.f. That's all it says. Finishing powder. And after I do this step, I am going to add a little bit more under the eyes, because when you have a smoky eye like this, I like to dramatize the lower lash line a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is try to hold the palette first. I am a klutz, just so you know. And I am taking the Profusion Cosmetics ES7 brush. This is a very small brush, as you can see there. A little bit of that black eyeshadow from the Truffles palette, and I'm going to smudge that along the lower lash line. I'm going to keep this very tight to that lash line also. I'm not going to bring it into the inner corner so much, but making it a little bit thicker on the outer corner. I'm taking my Sigma E30 pencil brush, going in with that lighter brown that we used in the crease initially, and I'm going to blur the edges of the black with that brush. Adding a mascara. This is the Essence Get Big Lashes Volume Boost. I don't know if e.l.f. makes mascaras. I'm not sure if I've ever really tried one before. Maybe I have and I forgot about it, but let me know. Do they make mascara? I guess what I should have asked is, do they make mascaras worth trying? Because of course they make mascaras. I mean, their name is Eyes, Lips, Face. For the rest of the face here, I am going with a trusted old favorite. This is one of my most beloved blush palettes that I own. I love the colors in here. There is no name to reference on here. It just says Total Face Palette. And I'm going to start with this shade right here and use it as contour. I also really love their cream cheek blush palette. That's another one of my favorites. It was hard for me to decide between that one and this one for this video, but I I haven't used this one in a while and I love it. And then for my blush, I'm going to take this shade right up here. See, again, nobody would ever be able to guess how much this face costs. You do though, you know. And then for my lips, you know, I was going through all my lipsticks out of all the lipsticks I have, and I was surprised at how limited I am in e.l.f. lipsticks. I don't own that many, and I think it's because I had to purge not too long ago actually, and I did end up throwing out a lot of them that had expired and just looked kind of gross. So I need to try some new ones. So if you have some shades to recommend, feel free to do that below. But I'm using the e.l.f. pencil. This is from the Nabela Noor collection that came out last year, I think. This is just that simple brown lip pencil. I wasn't prepared to draw a heart, but there you go. So I'm going to apply that on the lips first. And I'm not going to fill in the lips. I'm just going to outline them. And then using their liquid matte lipstick in the shade Blushing Rose, I'm going to apply that over the top. And that is the entire look completed. I absolutely love it. Oh, now I have to go wash it off. But seriously, love this look, and I hope that you found it inspiring today also. If you're interested in any of the products I used to create this gorgeousness right here, I'll have all of them listed for you below. Thank you for being here, for taking the time to watch. I want to wish you a beautiful week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.